who's ever listened to the news or something like that, can you cut back in the background? Welcome to Bracket Bash, the podcast where we take a bracket of 32, 64, 128 or more and banter our way down to a winner. Our guest will be back in a second, apparently. And I am Freddie Fisher.
He's like, I'm out.
He's like, I'm out. Fuck this shit. Well, there's some background noise from somebody listening to some stuff. So unless
it's your fault.
Apparently my book was still going, so I'm probably a chapter down from where I was at. All right. So that was whatever. So all right. Restart for all of our lovely fans out there. I apologize. Welcome to Bracket Bastards, the podcast. We take a bracket of 32, 64, 128 or more and banter our way down to a winner. I am your lovely host, Freddie Fisher, and this is Harvey.
It's me, the guy, the voice, the person that brings you joy, that makes you jump for joy or jump for the RKO so that you take it without hurting yourself. I am the Black Bastard Harvey, host of Men of the Prize, the podcast, and Lemons Black, the podcast that I co-host with the hot wife Carice, and we're talking about one of my favorite subjects. We're talking about wrestling. I'm here to break your leg. I'm here to break that back. I'm here to twist your knee, do all the fun stuff that you hate so much, but we do it kayfabe here on the Bracket Bastards. And this is
the only thing he's not here to break is your heart, but that is the job of the next person that we have, the lovely Jamie motherfucking Fuller Sparks.
Hello, the mouthy bastard is here. I am here for it. I want you to take me to Suplex City, give me the stunner, and maybe follow it with a riptide. I mean, RK Bro, we have a really cool, I'm loving his vibe so far, fun guest today. So let's get it. And as Q would say, let's go.
We do not have Q today, but we do have a lovely guest named David. How are you doing there, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited to be on and joining you guys on the show and we'll just talk wrestling. I love it.
Speaking of talking wrestling, we're doing wrestling finishers this week. SummerSlam just happened last night. I have not had a chance to watch the entire thing. I just got done with the Baszler match. That's as far as I've gotten so far.
Half. So you watched the first half and I'm on the last half. Let's not talk.
There's some spoilers that I've seen so far online, and it kind of pisses me off. But there's that. Yeah. Simple rules on this show. Number one is we had the blowing of loads on every single show except for one, and that was squirting your shirt. Go back for the Mother's Day episode on that one. You figure how that one goes. But blowing your load at the final swing, you can call this out one time per show, and that is it. We vote round robin style between the three of you. If you were the first person to go, do not want to be the first person to go, you can blow your load or use your final swing.
Right, and more importantly, that vote. See, that rule is cute, but it's not the meat of the episode. Allow me to tell you what you really came here for. As we do this brackets and we have to discuss things, these matchups will come up, and one of them, or maybe all of them, will piss you off. And there's really only one person to blame. It's not your God. It's not the bracket people, some randomized person. It's one motherfucker. His name is Freddie. And when that bracket comes up and you have to determine that matchup, the anger you feel should be directed at one man. One man, and his name is Freddie. And how do we do that? How do we release our anger in a positive way? We say, fuck you, Freddie. That is hashtag FUF. Fuck you, Freddie. Say it anytime you want, as many times as you want. If you're bilingual, say it in Spanish, German. I don't care. You can. I want to know how to say it in Portuguese. Let me know. We say it how we see fit, and it always works. Just saying. And just to make sure everybody's comfortable, fuck you, Freddie. Just yeah. That's it. Now let's do this.
as we were saying, this episode is dedicated to the wrestling fans among us, and we will be starting. This is a 2-week process. Actually, next week we will be doing another wrestling episode of tag teams, which is going to be a fun episode. But today we are dealing with wrestling finishers. I stuck with WWE and WCW finishers on this one. There are 33 in here because Jamie couldn't figure out which one she wanted to put in, so we put in both of them as a play-in matchup. And we will be starting with that one, and Harvey gets to start us off. Is it the Stomp, the Curb Stomp by Seth Rollins, or the Claymore from Drew McIntyre?
So either somebody kicking you in the face or somebody giving you a curb stomp, essentially. I'm going to go with Seth on this one. I'll go with the stomp.
Curb Stomp gets a vote. Jamie, this is your play-in matchup that you couldn't figure out which one you wanted in. So
That's some bullshit. So this is Fuck You Freddy versus Fuck You Freddy?
Boom.
Oh, that's I go for Fuck You Freddy.
that's what you get for not giving me a response there, dear.
I know. Oh my. Okay. They're both really great moves. They're both from really great men, but I'm gonna give it to my Iowa boy. Gonna give it to Seth Rollins.
And Seth Rollins gets a vote on that. And David, is it the Stomp or Claymore?
I'd definitely go with Seth, the Stomp.
Very nice.
Oh,
I find it more
With that,
devastating.
it is a sweep. With having 3 people, I'm going to safely assume there will be a lot of sweeping during this particular episode. Stomp moves on to the first round. We'll be facing one of my favorite moves to watch live, and that is the Mr. Busted Knees himself, Shane McMahon, with Coast to Coast versus the Stomp. And Jamie starts us off on that one.
Yes, I do. Oh, I was just watching some good stuff on on McMahon last night, man. I'm old, but not that old, and I hurt when I watched that fucking Coast to Coast. Damn. That's a lot of balls, man. He's a great wrestler, period. But I'm gonna give it to my Iowa boy. I'm gonna probably vote for him a lot. But damn it, that sucks. That's another fuck you, Freddie.
David, Coast to Coast or Stomp?
I'd hate to do this to Seth, but I'm gonna have to go with Shane this time.
Coast to Coast gets a vote. I absolutely love the versions that they've been doing lately. What's his name? Logan Paul did one like a little while back, and just he did it further than he was supposed to, and he almost left the entire ring type thing. It was fantastic. But Harvey, it is your vote. Far as the move goes, why is it the Stomp from Seth Rollins or Coast to Coast? Both of these are actually transitional moves.
I've never been the biggest fan of Mr. McMahon. So in this case, I'm going to go with Colby Daniel Lopez, better known as Seth Rollins.
Or Tyler Black.
I'm going with his first his name. His mama named him Colby. She didn't know that he was going to be wrestling. She thought he was going to be like a librarian, maybe he's a professional wrestler. That's why she named him Colby.
The Stomp from Seth Rollins moves on to the next round. Going back to the board itself, David starts off. We have Jeff Hardy's Swanton Bomb versus Kurt Angle's the Ankle Lock.
I'm gonna have to go with Kurt Angle's Ankle Lock.
It gets a vote. Harvey.
All right. You're gonna break the tie, my lady. I'm going with the Swanton.
Ooh.
Jeff Hardy gets a vote on this. The Swanton Bomb. It is a tie-breaking decision coming down to Jamie. Is it the Ankle Lock from Kurt Angle or the Swanton Bomb from Jeff Hardy?
I just want to scream, you suck right now.
Hopefully you answer nicely.
Right.
You know, I'm like, you suck? And you're like, okay. And then, it works out.
Dun, 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 dun.
there's something about the frequency that I see the ankle lock being used. I do appreciate that move. I really do. And considering I have a fucked up foot and ankle right now, I wouldn't want nobody to try to do that on me. But that Jeff Hardy's move is pretty ballsy and it's got a good show to it. So I'm gonna give it to Jeff Hardy's move there. Swanton Bomb or whatever it's called.
Especially from some of the heights that he's done it off of.
Right.
Yeah, he's
insane.
Yeah,
the pain
insane.
He goes through for those jumps. I'm like, ow, I'm hurting and I'm watching you. Not sure
Yep.
how everybody else feels.
Swanton Bomb moves on to the next round. Next up, Harvey will be starting us off, and we have, we have Sting versus Ric Flair on this one, and it is the Scorpion Deathlock versus the Figure 4.
Okay. Can I say that obviously this is wrestling, so we know what it is, but neither one of these moves look like they would hurt. Unless if you do it the way Sting did it, or actually the way Brett did it, because it's basically it's Brett's move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to the Figure 4 only because there's an actual reversal that you can do to it. In like, oh, if I've got you, but if I turn it over, which makes no fucking sense. If I flip it over, all of a sudden, it goes to the other. It makes no sense at all. But that's what I love about wrestling. So I'm giving it to the Figure 4. I will just let you know the Figure 4 is not winning this, but for this one, it's gonna win.
Personally, I would have gone with Scorpion Deathlock because I can see the board.
Whatever.
So, that's why. And there's another one. Actually, no. I kind of hope Figure 4 moves on because because I'm gonna let you guys know who it's going to be facing in the next round when we get to that matchup, because I just want to see Harvey's face melt. Jamie,
Yes, do whatever.
Is it Scorpion Deathlock or Figure 4?
Get a fan ready because your face is going to melt. I'm giving it to the Figure 4 because if you watched SummerSlam last night when the right hottie does a Figure 4.
Hey, spoilers.
I'm just saying.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not saying anything. I didn't say anything else.
Oh,
I'm just saying
okay.
now you got to watch the SummerSlam. The Figure 4 is hot when the right person does it. So we're going for it.
True.
But that's not a Figure 4. It's a Figure 8.
A Figure 8, whatever.
Say-
Whatever.
By the way, she could put me in the Figure 8 whenever the fuck she wants.
Yep.
Just saying.
I mean, I would prefer the body scissors, but that's me.
Oh,
With that, Figure 4, we'll be moving on. But David, what is your vote?
I was gonna say the Figure 4, and then also wanted to add that you guys are forgetting about Ric Flair. He's the master of the Figure 4, and that I heard when he does it, it hurts. Like it really causes damage.
Unless, of course,
That
you're
is
a
me.
beast and you can just that Sting and it doesn't hurt him, or Luger and it doesn't hurt him, or Goldberg and it doesn't hurt him. But it's okay.
Jamie starts on that one. The Figure 4 moves on in a sweep. Jamie starts us off. We have the Pedigree from Triple H versus Rey Mysterio's 619.
I do enjoy the Pedigree a lot, so I won't be mad if it moves on, but I am going to give some love to Rey Mysterio. It's a move I remember from a young age, so it brings up a lot of the old matches and the old nostalgia and all that when I see that move because of when I first saw it, and I always thought it was really cool. Like, I remember telling my dad, like, I'm going to do that sometime, and he goes, you probably will, and you'll probably hurt yourself, which is totally true to this day. So I'm going to give it to Rey Mysterio, but I won't be mad if Triple H's moves on because, ow. Either way.
I doubt the Pedigree will be moving on this one because I know who's voting. But David, is it Rey Mysterio's 619 or the Pedigree from Triple H?
The Pedigree from Triple H. Now here's why I'm saying that. It's because if you look back to when Triple H started the move back in like '97, did you guys ever see when he first started using it?
Oh yeah, he would double hook the arms and just not let go.
And the opponent would not tuck their head, so it would go straight into the mat, like bam. And it would just just like knock out the opponent or cause concussions.
Well, I mean, yeah. And I was sitting there joking with a friend of mine about that. It's that you can tell it's Triple H's move too because it never happens to him. That's why his nose is so damn big.
Oh.
Okay. I love you, Triple H. I don't know about the rest of the people on here. I'm just giving you shit. It is a tie game, by the way, with Davis votes. It ties it up. Triple H's pedigree versus Rey Mysterio 619 1-1. Harvey gets to make the final decision on that one.
Let's start with Triple H sucks ass, the largest of asses.
The largest of them.
The largest.
Rikishi.
Not just regular ass.
Are we talking about corporate triple?
Whatever
Triple H?
ass gets him to where he's been. I've never liked him. Like you said, Freddie, that who can you think of who hasn't legitimately taken their finisher a few times? It's ridiculous to me that he hasn't taken his own finisher.
Oh no, he has. I'm just
Not enough.
Yeah.
Flair has taken the figure four so much. Triple H sucks ass. I will also say this is a tough vote for me because the 619 is a terrible move. I'm just hanging on the ropes. I'm just going to swing
I
around
have
and
to agree.
hit you with my quads, and I hope it hurts. No, it doesn't look painful at all. So this is like against my religion to vote for freaking Triple H, and I have to vote for Triple H because 619 sucks. Oh.
There's two things that Harvey hates in this world right now, and that is Will Smith and Triple H.
Oh, there's
Yep.
three things. Yeah.
Oh.
Both
I'm
of them
not
have
telling
very
you.
slappable faces at this point.
Jeez.
The pedigree moves on 2-1, and I honestly did not see that vote coming, to be perfectly honest.
Told ya.
Hey, man.
David starts us off. We have Samoa Joe's Muscle Buster. This is an ECW matchup, by the way. We have a Samoa Joe's Muscle Buster versus Rob Van Dam, the Van Daminator.
I gotta go with Samoa Joe, the Muscle Buster. Yeah, I the reason I said is because you look back at Tyson Kidd. When he took that Muscle Buster, his career went down with it.
Samoa Joe gets a vote. I would have gone with the Van Daminator getting kicked in the face with a chair. I mean, that's just what it is. Harvey, Muscle Buster, Van Daminator.
It's not even his finisher though. Like the 5-star is like really his finisher. Like the
There's a whole bunch
I
of
was
things
gonna
on
say-
here that are transitional moves.
even the 619 is in what's his name's finisher, but
Yeah.
I have to go. No, I'm going to Van Daminator. Like that. Just I like seeing somebody get kicked in the face with a chair that's been jimmied so that it doesn't really hurt, but it looks painful as hell. So yeah.
It is a tie game. Jamie.
I don't wanna.
I know. And you can't blow your load either.
I mean, you can, but then it would just be you going. So
I know that'd just be like all over me. I don't know. I guess Van Daminator, because one, it's kind of fun, and two, it's really funny to try to say it.
It's a really long thing to spell too.
I just want him to splash into me.
he's a heavy dude. Them
He is a heavy dude.
That'll hurt you.
I always thought he was a thick little dude, and I thought it was great.
I'm not that's a comment I can't really go off of.
Didn't
Van
be like
Damme
that.
moves on 2-1. Next up, Harvey starts us off. We have Randy Orton's RKO versus Batista's Batista Bomb.
Everybody's got a power bomb. Just because he sits down in it doesn't make any difference. But to be fair, everybody has got
A cutter.
Everyone has a cutter. But personally, I like DDP. I like this better than I'm gonna go with RKO. But DDP better be in this.
Ah,
I got you covered, bro.
Cool.
RKO gets a vote on that one. Jamie.
oh, RKO gets 2 votes.
Nice.
Because I was gonna talk to his dad a couple weeks ago and tell him, "Hey, how's my future husband doing? Because I need him to get better."
I'm surprised he didn't show up last night, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. me
Yeah.
too.
I don't know if he didn't or not. I just haven't heard that spoiler, and I guarantee if he would have shown up last night, I would have heard that.
We would have
spoiler.
heard it.
So,
Yeah,
It would've been everywhere.
you couldn't have avoided that. There was no way you could have gotten past.
there's certain people that if they showed up last night, I would have heard about it.
Yeah.
Randy Orton is one of them. Big E is another
Bray Wyatt.
one. Bray
Man,
Wyatt.
I miss him.
You would have heard about it, which is
Yeah.
why Raw tomorrow night should be really fun because that's when some of the stuff like that happens. RKO will be moving on with that second vote, but David, what is yours?
The RKO. All the way.
3 and out. That is a sweep,
Sweet.
bitches. Jamie starts us off. Speaking of Bray Wyatt, by the way, we have Sister Abigail from Bray Wyatt versus the Rock Bottom from The Rock.
I mean, much love to Bray Wyatt because there's an intimidating factor to his appearance and to some of his moves for me, but it's gonna be Rock Bottom. Rock Bottom's just classic to me, and everybody wants The Rock to come back, so I'm just gonna give it to him.
I can tell you right now, not everybody wants The Rock to come back.
But that's all I keep hearing from the people I run into that discuss WWE.
He's not
and
coming
it's
back.
Annoying.
No,
I
I
want him
mean,
to come back. He don't need to come
right
back.
now
He'll
would
come
be storyline wise and everything else. Right now would be the perfect time to come back, considering that he can't act
know.
right now
back. Okay.
due to the writer's strike.
Yeah.
So, Rock Bottom gets a vote on that one. David,
I gotta go with the Sister Abigail.
I would agree with him on that one. I personally think the Rock Bottom is like a Uranagi, pretty much.
It's a sidewalk slam. That's all it is. Essentially, it's the same thing. It's
So, the Sister Abigail has a lot more like panache to it. You know, think about it. Panache.
Panache.
A little bit more stank to it. I think that's the
Stank.
correct word. Stank. Harvey, finish this out. It's tie game.
Isn't Sister Abigail just what is
It's like a crossroads.
Yeah, it's
Pretty much,
essentially it's a crossroads. There's very few finishers or these transitional moves that are somewhat original. That we're always getting the third or the fourth person to do it. I love The Rock, but I can't vote for. That's a really basic move for me. So I'm going with the crossroads, or better known as Sister Abigail.
I didn't put crossroads on here because of that. By the way, there is enough of a difference between the diamond cutter and the RKO because there's two completely different personalities on that one. So
it's the same move, but different.
Yeah, it's the same move, but like there's more showmanship. There's different showmanship on those moves. So
Yeah, there is.
Sister Abigail
takes out
moves
the
on.
Rock.
Moves on and
Yes.
takes out the Rock to the next round. David starts us off in the last matchup in the first half of the first round. We have Styles Clash from the AJ Styles versus Tombstone from the Undertaker.
The Styles Clash.
I hate to say this, but I agree with him. I mean, there's a lot more showmanship in the Tombstone, but I think as a move, I think Styles Clash is a better move.
Yeah.
Harvey.
It's without question the Styles Clash. How many people do a pile driver? It's essentially a pile driver. The only thing different is that you got this character doing it. I'd rather watch the King do his pile driver was better. So many people did the pile driver when what was it? Oh my God! When Luger turned heel in NWA, his move was the pile driver. A lot of people use that move. so big that for a while NWA they wiped it out. You couldn't use it. It's such a big. Everybody, fuck that.
Yeah, it's such a basic move now.
It
Honestly,
is. It's not even a
Nobody
finisher.
uses it.
Kidding me? Nikita Koloff or the Road Warriors, when you would do the pile driver, they would pop up because their necks were so amazing.
Man, get out of here! Get out of here with that.
Get the hell. Give me the Styles Clash. That could win. Can I just say it, Clash? Styles Clash is a badass.
Yeah.
Jamie, Styles Clash or Tombstone?
I mean, it's badass because that man can do a whole match and his hair looks good the whole fucking time. I'm so mad at him for this. I need to talk to him about it. Ask him what his secret is, because when he does the Styles Clash, his hair is
I
still
love that
amazing.
man. He's one of my favorites. Styles is a
Yes.
dude. He's so
And
badass.
Yeah,
honestly,
he's really good.
AJ Styles took a long time. I don't know why for me to warm up to liking him. I'm not sure again why it took me a while to fall in love with his wrestling, but I'm actually really getting into it. So I'm gonna give it to Mr. AJ Styles and that Clash.
In a sweep, AJ Styles moves on with the Styles Clash. We'll be right back right after this break. Do you have an ad today, Harvey, or no?
Nah, we good. Let's rip through it.
Okay. David, do you have anything that you would like to put out an ad for?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, if you guys are like into like a lot of like motivation or inspiration and things like that, I do have my own podcast, the Cerebral Palsy and Fitness Podcast. So if you guys want to check it out, you can go on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and every other major podcasting outlet out there. And as always, check it out.
Yeah. Okay. We're back for the second half of round one, and it looks like Harvey will be starting us off. And we have the Walls of Jericho from Chris Jericho versus the Crippler Crossface from Chris Benoit.
Okay. So it's pretty much a variation of the crossface chicken wing, I think, of his. versus-
No, the chicken wing is a standing version
Oh, no. Wait a minute. His is just arm
on the ground. It's kind of like a what is it? Gargano.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
His is first. Right. So it's
Yeah.
either Benoit or just another. Is that a Boston Crab when you got them and you came back? Or is the
Yeah.
Boston Crab up? It's
Yeah, it is. It's a modified version of it.
I think the Walls of Jericho, like he's putting
It's
his knee
only
on the
one
guy's
leg.
neck, though.
I don't know. Either way, it's Benoit. They'll just say that. I'm going with Benoit's move.
Oh. All right. Benoit gets a vote. Jamie.
Now you got me questioning Jericho's move because
I feel like
don't-
it's a Boston. It's like a Boston Crab. He's got both legs and he's like, is it, or does he have the one leg?
I thought it was like Freddie said, the one leg thing. Oh no, it looks like he's done quite a few. He's adopted quite a few.
Well, yeah, he's the man of 1,000 holds.
What's up?
1,001. Sorry, 1,001.
Dean Malenko?
No, because he was feuding with Malenko at the time. So there's a famous bit with Chris Jericho having a list,
And
no pun intended,
Oh yeah,
and he
yeah.
just started
Damn,
naming off the moves.
Jericho's a bad dude. No,
He
it's
still
okay,
is,
so-
dude.
Oh, I'm looking
I
at it.
don't know. I'll give it to the Walls of Jericho.
Okay, well, Jericho gets a vote, which means David gets final say on this one. Is it Crippler Crossface from Chris Benoit or Walls of Jericho from Chris Jericho? Battle of the Chris's.
I'd say the Walls of Jericho. Go with that one.
Ooh.
Walls of Jericho with a turnaround.
Mhm.
You know, I'm kind of shocked by that. I guess
don't
I
know.
would have thought you would have done that. And the crossface is pretty popular.
Mhm.
I don't know. Now I'm mad at my own.
Well,
vote.
I mean, there's it is Benoit, so I can understand, and it's probably best
well,
that it
it's not
doesn't.
even that it's Benoit. It's the move itself.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean
now-
that because that wasn't even brought up. Especially as far as I was gonna say something about voting move over man
But
because
Well, yeah.
I mean Ric Flair moved on, so that's
Right. Yeah. Benoit's not a
you
problem.
you can
Hogan-
Yeah, I mean,
You
Hogan
cannot
is not
conflate
in this at all. So
Nobody cares about that leg. You cannot conflate Benoit and Flair, dude. I know you don't like Flair, but let's check. Let's just,
oh,
Yeah.
I mean I don't like Flair as a person, but as far as a wrestler goes, I can give him his props. I really
like that.
can. Same thing as Chris Benoit, but I separate the two of them. I don't like the man, but I love the myth behind him.
True.
David finished that one off. Which means Jamie starts this one off. We have. Oh, by the way, if it does end up being a tie-breaking decision, we are in the second half of the first round, which means if you want to know who we'll be facing in the next round, you have that ability. If you are faced with a tie-breaking decision, that's the only time you can use that option. Jamie starts us off. We have Edge's spear versus the 3D from Dudley Boys.
The spear is kind of just everybody does that.
Yeah, but Edge is the best.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't look at me like that. He is. Edge has the best, with the exception of the gore. But the gore is not a spear. It is called the gore. Everybody else calls it a spear.
Oh,
It's just like the diamond cutter and the RKO are both cutters, but they're two different moves because they have two different names. A gore and a spear, two names, two moves.
Gore.
Yeah, the gore is so much better than the
modified
spear.
too.
Yeah, there's a lot more torque in the gore, but as far as spears go, I personally think Edge has the best spear. He still does.
Right.
Anyway.
So my thing is that nothing was more fun than the moment when Edge came back and it was spear after all of them from all directions. It was good times, but I'm not thrilled with that move. It's a good one. It's a reliable, good old. I know it's going to be there and it's a good one to give out, but to wow a little more, and the factor, doesn't the Dudley Boys involve like a table for theirs?
Yep.
It requires props, folks. So we're going to give it to the Dudley Boys.
Devon would always get the table. The Usos have the 1D, which is the same damn thing. So, but the Dudley Boys,
Right.
the Dudley Boys
They're the
get
OGs.
the vote on that one. Yeah. David, the 3D or spear?
The spear by Edge. You can't miss that. He's got he's got that grace behind it. You know, when he does it, it's like he goes all the way. Like he doesn't stop. He'll go and like
going
ram
through
it.
you. True.
He'll
I
get
like
you in
that.
half.
Good point.
So it comes down to a tie-breaking decision. Harvey, do you want that option?
No.
No, you don't. Is it 3D or spear?
My daughter, who's 8, you give her enough land and enough time to run at you, she'll put a spear on you that'll hurt you for 5-10 minutes. Everybody's got a spear. I'm sorry, Edge isn't special. It comes down to who's taking it. Have you guys seen the spear that Goldberg does? Who does he spear in the middle of the ring? I don't know if it's he kills somebody. It's like insane the way he speared. Either way, Edge is not the best. Roman has a good spear too.
He does. I like this reason.
It's all right.
To be honest, one of my favorite spears right now is actually there's a guy down in NXT right now, Steiner's son.
Braun has a nasty spear.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. Braun Breaker. That's his name. I kept wanting to say Braun Strowman. I know that wasn't right. So, but Braun Breaker has a really devastating looking spear. It's very, very intense, and I would love to see like a really small person take that spear.
Spike Dudley.
Like the Miz.
Do it to your wife. Go
to
the bedroom and do it to your wife during next break and tell us how it goes.
It's like, my wife is not tiny. Only in certain areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way,
anyway,
the Dudley Boys get my vote.
3D moves on 2-1 to the next round. David starts us off. Is it the choke slam from Kane or the blue light special from Blue Meanie? That was Jeremy's pick to go into this, by the way.
I feel like everybody's got a choke slam, but Kane's is. I feel like he's more intimidating, so I'm gonna have to go with Kane.
Kane gets a vote. Harvey.
Yeah, everybody's got a lot of people have a choke slam. My favorite is Sid. I love his choke slam. I think it looks crazy, but he's also overly gentle with it. He's got a choke like when he hit ECW, like and then he would gently place you down. He also has a power bomb too, but like I don't know. Either way, yeah, it can't be the Blue Meanie. I don't feel like I ever saw a match where Blue Meanie was like a solo artist, won his match, and his finisher was something I remembered. I just remember him with his blue shirt jiggling, whatever. That's all I remember. So yeah, let's go with the choke slam.
I kind of wish Jeremy was here so he could defend his choice, but
it's all right.
There's that. Jamie.
Oh, so it's blue light versus what?
Kane's choke slam.
Oh, yeah. Everybody does have that. I'm not wild by it. We'll go with the blue light.
Blue light gets a vote. Choke slam moves on. 2-1 to the next round. Facing up off another good split vote on that one. David starts us off. We have Goldberg's Jackhammer versus Razor Ramon's Razor's Edge, also done by Damian Priest.
I gotta go Goldberg's Jackhammer.
Gets a vote. Harvey.
I don't know. I like them both, to be honest. I like the Razor's Edge never really looked like it honestly hurt. It looked tough to do from to get you up and to hold you there, but he would always gently drop you on the back of your neck comfortably, like he was putting you to bed for the evening. Just like so it never felt that bad. I'm gonna go with the Jackhammer because he always made that move, and no matter what, it was a reflex for him to always just like it was the end of the match. If he was doing it just to run in and do it, he would do it. Then he would still lift the leg to try to pin you. Like it was. If you ever watched him, he was really bad. But I will go with the Jackhammer on that one.
Jackhammer gets a good vote and the win on that one. Jamie, finish us up.
I mean, the Razor's Edge does look difficult in a sense to do, but if Goldberg ever looked at me and wanted to fucking give me that Jackhammer, I would probably run screaming. So let's just go with that.
Well, if you think about it, like if he's going to lift you up, your head is going to be right next to his crotch.
Yeah, but I mean, just to look how
to start,
crazy
he's
he
got
looks.
you
I
here,
don't need
That's
it.
and then he flips you.
Yeah, but when you're going down, your head goes directly right next to his crotch. And to be perfectly honest, I would much rather take a Razor's Edge to not go next to somebody's crotch,
And
or at
it's
least the back of my head. The back of my head would, because it starts off as a power bomb.
Yeah.
But the front of my face getting that close to Goldberg's junk especially, because like he played in the movie The Longest Yard,
Mm-hmm.
and there was the storyline where he had to get a special ordered cup because of that. So I just don't want to be near it.
They don't make them that small.
Hey-o.
I just took one of my mom's thimbles. I'm fine. Jackhammer moves on to the next round. Next up, Harvey starts us off. We have the Sharpshooter from Bret Hart versus the Chicken Wing from Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund. That shit looks like it hurts.
It does hurt.
Legitimately looks like. Yeah. That's my vote, by the way. It's Bob Backlund.
I know. Jamie, chicken wing or sharpshooter?
Honestly, yeah, the sharpshooter I'm always laughing at. I could always see it coming a mile away, kind of a deal. But the as a chicken wing, ow, that doesn't look like that. I'm good. I'll do that one for my vote because that just does not look like. It's not like Harvey said. Ones you can see. Why aren't you rolling out of it? Why aren't you getting out of it? This one looks like you'll
Yeah.
hurt yourself maybe more if you try.
Chicken wing moves on. David.
Yep, I gotta go with the chicken wing as well, because the sharpshooter is too predictable. It's
And
way
if you
too
flatten
predictable.
yourself out, I feel like it wouldn't hurt because he's bending back. But I
Yeah,
feel like if you
yeah.
just laid out, humble opinion.
In a sweep, chicken wing moves on. We'll be facing another sweep in the next round. Jamie starts us off. We have the Jackknife Powerbomb from Kevin Nash versus the Stone Cold Stunner from Steve Austin.
Oh, I'll give it to Stone Cold, but I don't know, man. I feel like that's a fuck you, Freddie kind of vote because they're both good. They're both in their iconic ways. I'm not saying one's like better than the other. I'm just voting to give somebody some love. I don't care which one moves on this because they both are good.
Yep, Stunner gets a vote. David.
I would say the jackhammer, but I say that because the stunner. It really depends on who takes it. Like look at Austin Theory when he took it at WrestleMania. He sold the shit out of that.
Yeah. I think
did.
Grayson Waller did it better on. No, it wasn't Grayson Waller, somebody else, but on one of his. But yeah, the stunner depends on who takes it. I think Jackknife is actually a little bit more impressive move to do. It takes more strength and everything else. Like you would never, jackhammer. You said it too. Damn it, Jackknife. The Jackknife Powerbomb. You would never Jackknife Powerbomb Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon can take a stunner, kind of
Badly, but he can take.
Well, but he can't. Like, would you ever see somebody doing a Jackknife Powerbomb on Vince McMahon?
Well, not now, but
No.
he's taken everything else. He's taken a stunner. He's taken the rock bottom. He's taken everything. Hell, Kevin Owens jumped on him, gave him this frog splash. Why wouldn't they powerbomb him?
I just don't think you take it.
Eric Bischoff took the powerbomb. Why not? Vince will take it.
Well,
Yeah, right in the beginning. Yeah. And then they turned him. Yeah, that made sense. Okay, sorry.
Turned into a comedy is what it did.
either way, Stunner has a vote. David, is it Stunner or Jackknife Powerbomb?
Stunner.
Stunner with the win on that one. Harvey finishes up.
Yeah, just because I don't want it to be a sweep, I'm going to just do the jackknife.
2-1. Moves on to the next round. Next up, David starts us off. We have the Diamond Cutter from DDP versus Brock Lesnar's F5.
It's I'd say Brock Lesnar's at 5. There's not very many people that do it, and I think it's very unique.
I would agree with him. Plus, we already have a cutter in the field, and that taking that landing just looks impressive. So the F5 would have gotten my vote as well. Harvey.
I am a huge fan of the Diamond Cutter. Problem is that he wasn't even really the first one to do it. There's other cutters. The F5, while I'm not the biggest fan of Brock in his matches, he has put some big people in the F5 and legitimately put them down. So we can't sleep on that. So yeah, F5 gets my vote.
That Cody match last night was actually really good.
Yeah, it was good. It was
Predictable,
good.
but it was good.
Yeah, without going into any kind of specifics because Jamie hasn't watched the beginning of it. So, but it was really good. So I was impressed by that one. Especially that finish. That was great.
Mm.
Jamie, finish this out. Is it Diamond Cutter or F5?
I mean, Diamond Cutter is classic as shit. That's a good move, but Brock Lesnar's move, I'm telling you what, that F5 does not look like it's any fun from that high. So I'm good. I'll give it to the F5.
3 and out.
Sweet.
F5 moves on to round 2. Harvey,
You.
Finishing up the round one, we have the last two. Is it CM Punk's Go to Sleep, also known as the GTS, versus HBK's Sweet Chin Music?
Ooh.
It's a good one to finish it, I know.
It is. And I, as an old school fan of wrestling, all of it, Gentleman Chris Adams had the best super kick, in my opinion. I love that super kick. You know, Sean just does his. I'm going to stomp first. By the way, I'm about to kick. Make sure you turn around and be ready for this kick.
Yeah, it's
whatever type of thing. You know, he's setting it up. I love HBK, but I can't vote for that. I can't vote for Sweet Chin Music, so it's not that.
GTS gets a vote. Jamie.
GTS. See, that's why I was waiting to. I couldn't remember what you said. I don't know this one. I'm not. I guess I'm trying to double check which one I'm thinking of in my head. Oh, okay. I'm gonna give it to CM Punk.
Gets another one, which means it does get the win. David, finish us out.
GTS all the way.
With a sweep.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels shut out.
Get out of here.
It's a good move, but it just
That
wasn't.
predictable move.
Don't touch the merchandise,
predictable.
ladies.
Like you said, it's like, I'm gonna come at you and then come at you.
The GTS looks like you do that right, a knee right to your face. Come on.
Oh
Yeah,
he
that's why I had to
knocked
make
somebody
sure.
out.
That don't look comfortable at all. Stop.
No. Yeah, there's a girl down in freaking NXT that does that, and it looks like it has more torque on it. Another one just moved up to Raw. She's with Trish right now, but she has.
Yeah. Oh, she's a badass. She's
a badass, and that's what she uses too. That's a little bit more a twist on it. So I can't wait to see what she does. We'll be right back after this break. Nobody has blown their load so far. David is the only one to do their ad. It's the only ads that we'll be doing, so I don't even have one either. So, welcome back for round two. It looks like Jamie will be starting us off, and we have Jeff Hardy, the Swanton Bomb, and the Walls of Jericho from Chris Jericho.
Jeff Hardy. I'll be right back.
Looks like an easy matchup. David
Jeff Hardy all the way for sure.
gets another one. Harvey, finish this up.
Swanton. Hardy from Enigma to Icon. Hardy. I'm sorry. He beat and of course Triple H couldn't take that pin. It had to be Edge, bastard. But I'm not bitter at all.
David starts us off. Speaking of Triple H, we have the pedigree from Triple H moving on 2-1 last round versus the 3D from Dudley Boys, also 2-1 last round.
I mean, the 3D is a two-person move, but I feel like Triple H could do more damage with one move, so I go with the pedigree.
I disagree with that, but we all have the right to be wrong in America.
Yes, we do.
I agree with you. There's a better chance of Triple H hurting you than Team 3D or the Dudley Boys or whatever. And I will happily vote against Triple H and vote for 3D and hope they kick him in the nards.
Jamie, pedigree, 3D.
So only because there is a similarity, if not damn near same damn thing that the Usos do as the Dudley Boys do, I'm going to give my vote to the Dudley Boys.
Woo!
2-1.
Sorry, Triple H. It probably would hurt. I probably deserve one, but you don't get to win this bracket.
The Triple D's move on to the next round.
Double D's, sir.
No, Triple D, 3D.
She told you her numbers. Don't question her.
Personally, I would like physical proof, but that's me. David starts us off. we have the Stomp from Seth Rollins versus the Jackhammer from Goldberg.
The stomp from Seth Rollins. Gotta go with the Architect.
Gets
Or
a
the
vote.
Visionary.
I agree with him, Harvey.
I stomp you, and I stomp you again. That is my vote. Get rid of what's his name, Berg.
Jamie, finish
Goldberg.
this up.
I have to say, even in my own desire, when I've been angry, I've always wanted to stomp somebody. So we're giving it to Seth Rollins. Who doesn't want to? I said, be
Yes.
quiet.
In a sweep,
Sweet.
Stomp moves on to the next round. Harvey starts us off. We have the F5 from Brock Lesnar versus Sister Abigail from Bray Wyatt.
Let's go with the F5 for this one. Still a sweet maneuver, and very few men can legitimately do that move.
F5 gets a vote. Jamie
It's the F5.
gets another one. We'll be moving on. David finishes up.
I gotta go with the F5.
Sweet.
3 strikes. It is a sweep to the next round. Jamie starts us off, and we have. Actually, I want Harvey to start that one off. So let's go. We have the Kane's Chokeslam versus the Van Daminator.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be chokeslam, but Kane, I feel like that's an obvious finisher, an obvious move from you. I want something more. So for the Van Daminator, that is something more from a little package. So I guess from Kane, I would expect something a little bit more than just your cliche choke shit. So Rob Van Dam, please.
Gets a vote. David.
The Van Daminator. You can't miss that one.
Gets another one. Harvey finishes up.
Wow. I would have voted for Kane for this one. Like early Kane, when he did that choke slam, he was slapped. Oh, he was ripping people off the ground. The one-arm choke slams were crazy. Just up and just like he was like when he came back, he destroyed. Was it what was the name of the annoying one? The guy who died, who was with Stephanie for a while.
Test.
Oh, he gave him a one arm that was nasty. The whole, the Un-Americans thing, that was crazy. But yes, so we move on.
The only thing about the choke slam that I enjoy is that only one of these moves I can do on my kids. I cannot kick. I cannot kick I cannot kick a chair into the face of my child. It's just not. I'm pretty sure friggin' CPS would have a problem with that.
One of them soft. Get one of those soft chairs. One of them soft.
Yeah, the very soft ones.
I'm still not doing that.
I'm saying that you kick that one of them Dora the Explorer chairs, kick a soft chair, and then kick. Come on,
Go for a trip.
Come on,
your favorite
you didn't eat your broccoli. Take this.
David starts us off. We have Randy Orton's RKO versus Stone Cold with a stunner.
Oof, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Nobody has blown their load.
I gotta go with the RKO with Randy.
RKO goes to vote. I agree with him. I can't deny that, Harvey.
I'd take the RKO also. RKO.
The thing with both of these moves, they both depend on who's taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you have like what it is.
RVD took it best. He basically took it on his head, and then he like bounced. It was with RKO.
Evan Bourne is still one of my favorite ones.
But that's not even really. It's not even really him. It's really the other person. He's just coming doing this.
That's really what I'm saying. It's like it's the creative ways you can do that though. I love that the entire RKO out of nowhere type situation.
That
Like,
shit
Like,
was
it can
Seth
happen
took it at
anytime.
not
WrestleMania.
even new. Like Diamond Dallas Page was giving people the diamond cutter from every possible position. So just saying. I'm sorry.
But RKO got a vote from Harvey anyway. So
It
Jamie
did.
finishes up.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm gonna go with the RKO. Cause damn, yeah, I always enjoyed watching him do that to no matter who was receiving it. So,
You just want to receive. So you just want to receive something from Randy. That's what you want to do.
yeah, yes, I would.
RKO moves on. We'll be facing another sweep in the next round. Harvey, I say this for you. Nobody has blown their load. We have Ric Flair's figure 4 versus in another sweep, the Bob Backlund's chicken wing.
Oh, fuck you. That's a fuck you right there.
Chicken wing or the figure 4? Let's do the chicken wing.
Chicken wing gets the vote. I just wanted to see Harvey vote against Ric Flair. That's the only
I
thing.
was gonna do it. You just wanted me to do it first. You wanted me to start the voting off with that.
Yep.
And I told you
Yep.
he wasn't gonna win, so it wasn't a surprise. So yeah.
I do have a tendency to screw people over when it comes to voting, just because I can,
Bastard.
especially when I'm not voting.
Except to be at
Chicken wing gets a vote. Jamie, is it chicken wing or figure 4?
honestly, I remember one of the first moves I was able to say from wrestler to wrestler, no matter who it was. I recognized the Ric Flair. You know, I recognized that 4-way. So for me, it's like I'm gonna make our newbie have a fucking tiebreaker, and I'm gonna vote for Ric Flair's move because I like both of these moves. If they're done right, yes, they can be a lot of fun. But I always enjoy seeing the one move, especially when Rick's daughter's in it. You know, just saying.
All right, that does mean it is a tie matchup coming down to David. David, do you want to know who's facing in the next round?
I gotta go. Take Mr. Flair to go back in there.
He wanted to go in blind. Wow. What do you say now, Harvey? Are you okay with this?
I'm fine with it's all good. Good pick, Dave.
Yeah.
Figure 4 moves on. Last up in this round, Jamie starts us off, and we have the GTS in a sweep. Moving on from last round, from CM Punk versus AJ Styles. Styles Clash also in a sweep.
Okay, AJ Styles and that damn hair. We're giving it to him and the hair. Maybe just the hair can get the vote, but we're giving it to AJ Styles.
I wonder what he uses for his hair.
That's
keep
what
it
I
all
gotta know.
pristine.
Like, it's all the time. It looks good. Like, I can't wear my hair down without frizzing out, looking all. He's got good hair all the time.
David, Styles Clash, GTS.
Styles Clash. Go with AJ.
I disagree with both of you, but Harvey.
Nobody cares what you think, dude. Listen, brother.
I see how you are. Make me cry, dude. What the hell?
The Styles Clash is a phenomenal move, and will get my vote. I honestly don't know who I'm. I don't know if I've heard of. I mean, I think that's
Now-
my pick until it's taken out. Honestly,
My question is, was that pun intended?
but bump. Tip your waitress.
Styles Clash moves on 3-0. It is a phenomenal move. It does move on. We'll be right back right after this break. Talking shop.
It's-
Nobody had blown their load. You have
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mother
6.
Nature is though right now. It's pouring out.
Is it
there.
pouring out there by you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
We were
is.
supposed to get pictures done today too. It's not looking like it's going to happen, which sucks. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
because my mom's up here and I haven't seen my mom since the wedding. And I've been married for 6 years.
Oh no!
Well, get up.
So-
At
Wow.
least get a good few. on
Rain
your
is
phone.
good luck. Get
Send it to me.
some stuff out in the rain.
Yeah, we don't. No, not going to happen. Anyway, welcome back for round 3. It looks like David starts us off on this one, and I am going to give him Swanton Bomb from Jeff Hardy versus Ric Flair's figure 4.
Oh.
Flair, I'm sorry, man, but we're gonna go with Jeff, Mr. Jeff Hardy, Swanton Bomb.
Swanton Bomb
I
gets a
thought
vote.
he was gonna fuff you for a minute. I thought that was the moment that our newbie was gonna do it. He looked like he was
I have not gotten a fuck you, Freddie, from David yet, but I feel with this subject is probably going to happen. Swanton Bomb gets a vote. Harvey.
I mean, I feel like I know the way this vote is going, so it doesn't matter. But I will leave it to the mouthy bastard herself, and you will determine what goes through. I will vote for the man, the myth, the legend, Flair.
The matchup has not been determined for next round, so I cannot tell you that. So, Jamie, is it Swanton or Figure 4?
They're both good moves, and they're ones I knew from the start, got excited for, not just for who it involved, but just the fun in them. But the bravery for Jeff Hardy and the heights, I think I'm going to have to give it to him. I really feel bad for voting against Ric Flair's Figure 4, but, I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to give it to Jeff Hardy and the Swanton Bomb.
To be perfectly honest, I am surprised that the Swanton Bomb has actually went this far. Like I figured it'd be out of the first round, but that's me.
If Jeremy was here, I have a feeling that a lot of this would be different right now. So
Yep.
This is a doable bracket in the future again when the motherfucker's here to talk.
Well, speaking of doable brackets, next week we're doing tag teams again, so make sure to check that one out. So David started that one out. Harvey starts this one off. We have two finishers that are. I should have to take it back. Okay, Harvey starts us out. We have Seth Rollins with the stomp versus Randy Orton's RKO.
RKO.
RKO gets a vote. Jamie.
RKO and who?
Stomp.
Stop. Oh, this is another fuff kind of moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Seth.
Which makes it a tie-breaking decision coming down to David. We do have the matchup coming up.
Dude.
Do you want? You're the tiebreaker. You are the tiebreaker. Do you want to know who it will be facing in the next round before you vote?
No.
Okay. So we have Seth Rollins Stomp versus Randy Orton's RKO.
Randy's RKO.
Gets a vote. Iowa Boy is out.
Oh, at least it's for my future husband. Ooh, or I'd be mad.
But they might not be an Iowa Boy right now, but going to be later on.
Oh yeah.
Jamie starts us off. We have an ECW matchup. Is it the 3D from the Dudley Boys or the Van Daminator from Rob Van Dam?
Like David brought up, it takes two to do the Dudley Boys move. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it to the Van Daminator.
It's still a finishing move, no matter what. So, David, Van Daminator, 3D.
Van Daminator.
We'll be moving on. Harvey.
Van Daminator.
In a sweep. 3-0 to the next round. Last up in this round, David starts us off. We have the Styles Clash, 3-0, versus the F5, also 3-0.
This is torture. Okay. Man. I gotta go with the F5. Son Lesnar and that packing.
That is the first vote against the Styles Clash this entire bracket so far. F5 gets a vote. Harvey.
I am going with the Styles Clash.
And that is the first vote against the F5 this entire bracket. So, tie-breaking decision there, Jamie. You know who it's going up against the next round. Is it the F5 or Styles Clash?
I can't really say fuck you because it's like fuck you, and it's like another fuck you. F5.
Hey, I'm not voting, so.
I know F5.
Wow.
That's where I'm going.
All right. You voted against the hair. Oh my God.
I know. It was hard, but I really personally am very intimidated by that F5, so I'm good.
So there is not a single one in here anymore that doesn't have a vote against it. Those are the last two that went in there with complete sweeps. Harvey starts us off. And do you want to start with the Swanton, F5, Van Daminator, or RKO?
Swanton.
Swanton. It is the Swanton Bomb from Jeff Hardy versus the RKO from Randy Orton.
Swanton.
Gets a vote. Jamie.
They give it to RKO, so now David's got to do the whole break that tie.
It is.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with the RKO.
RKO makes it into the finals.
Woo.
The other one to face RKO, is it Van Daminator or F5? Harvey starts us off.
Say that again.
Van Daminator or F5?
F5.
F5.
Jamie? F5. David?
F5.
Sweet.
Woo.
Bitches.
All right. Jamie starts us off. Third place. Is it the Van Daminator or Swanton Bomb?
Swanton Bomb.
David?
Swanton Bomb.
Ooh.
Moves into third place. Harvey?
Van Daminator.
In a 2-1 split. Finals. Last time to blow your load. Nobody has blown their load this entire game. David starts us off. Is it the F5 from Brock Lesnar or RKO from Randy Orton?
I gotta go with Randy.
That is one load not blown. Harvey.
Blowing it.
Harvey has decided to blow his load. Jamie.
Off your screen.
Good, because I'll make him do a tiebreaker then.
That's fine. So it's Brock versus Randy.
It is Brock versus Randy. We couldn't get Jamie to blow her load either. Is it RKO or F5?
Not even that
they
for
can't-
real.
one of them is more original than the other, so I'm going to begrudgingly go with the F5 as the winner.
I'm not mad though. I'm not mad.
No, I've always felt like I'm kind of overweight, but Brock with a broken leg could lift me up and drop
No
me
problem.
for an F5 with no problem. Like he's
Yeah.
F5. Big Show, Mark Henry, like that move is insane. I don't think there's anybody he hasn't.
So we're expecting the F5 from him and we're fearing it, okay? And then this mofo comes out with a damn farm tractor. So I'm really not messing with Brock Lesnar. Injured or not, he could definitely lift my overweight buns right up.
I kind of want to see Brock Lesnar like F5 a cow on his farm. Just see if he could.
He's probably done it.
didn't he
That's
F5
not
a
enough
shark?
milk. That's not enough milk.
I swear.
That's what you call ground beef right there. Harvey's like, what the fuck?
Damn you! You could have let that joke go. You didn't have to do it.
Oh no, I did, dude. That is my honor as a dad, dude. You have to have dad jokes every time. If you see an opportunity,
You seize it.
it's like NASCAR driving. If you see the hole, you have to go for it.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah. I say NASCAR and porno shoots. If you see the hole, you got to go for it.
Oh yes.
Anyway, guys, that is our show this week. Brock Lesnar ends up being the top finisher on this one with the F5. I agree with the finals. I would have gone with the RKO personally, but the F5 wins it. Harvey, where can people find you?
Well, I've got two podcasts. Men of the Prize that you can find on harveylaguerre.com. That is in between seasons as I prepare for a big season 3 starting in January. But right now I am currently deep in the other podcast with my wife that is called Love is Black. I do host that podcast with the hot wife, and that would be Carice. This season, which is season 5, we are telling the great Black love story every Thursday. We read a chapter that we are writing together. Last week was Brandon, the character that I'm writing. The week that is coming is the character Vibe that Carice is writing, and we're just telling a love story week to week, different chapters, different perspectives. We are 4 chapters deep, and it's been really fun. So feel free to listen to that at loveisblackpodcast.com. Otherwise, yeah, that's what I do. I do podcasts on Tuesdays with I Did Not Make These Rankings Podcast Network. We do fun stuff. But right now, Black Love Story, get all up in the Love is Black podcast. Fun times are had. And freaking AJ Styles should have won. Shame on you. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, he did lose to the eventual winner, so.
Yeah, he should have beat the eventual winner. Same thing in WWE. He should have beaten Brock. He wrestled Brock. Did he wrestle Brock? I'm sure he has, but he wrestled Roman. They had an early feud when Roman was still that face champ.
No, he faced Brock. He faced Brock because it was the title holder was originally Jinder, and then AJ Styles beat Jinder over in London to face Brock at SummerSlam.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or not SummerSlam, a Survivor Series.
Right. AJ's a stud. Top 5.
So, Jamie, where can folks find you?
Well, typically I'm here. We're here with the Bracket Bastards every week, or try to be. I'm found on Facebook, and then from there you can get my Instagram, my Snapchat, my whatevers. I'm under Slipknot Chica 17, or just under my name. If you see my name, you got to spell it right, folks. You got to spell it right. I make people think I'm a guy on the phone. But just spell my name a little girly and you'll find me. It's been a funny joke this week. A few people tried to find me and they said it took a minute. And I'm like, it's the first name, isn't it? Thank you, Mom and Dad. But you can find me everywhere pretty much. Twitter, I'm on there, I guess. Find me there too.
David?
Well, you can find me pretty much anywhere. Instagram, Twitter, at David CP Fitness. And you can also... the Cerebral Palsy and Fitness podcast will be headed to River City Wrestling Con next year, July 8th and 9th in St. Augustine, to interview some of the top wrestlers in the world. So I'll see you out there.
All right.
Nice. I'm your host, Freddie Fisher. You can find me at that on Facebook. While you're on Facebook, check out Bracketology and Bracket Bastards. On Bracketology, we have 2 polls going up every single day. Today is actually, as we record, is going to be a double header on both of them because I got back super late last night and completely fucking forgot about doing the polls. So that is my bad. I was super tired because we got back from doing an Adventureland trip, which is, are you trying to take pictures, Harvey? What the?
What?
I'm sorry, you said 2 polls and then I'm sorry.
Apparently size matters with Harvey. I don't know what the deal is.
Not today.
Today.
Oh.
Anyway, you can find me at that though on Twitter at the Fisher777. We're all at Bracket Pod, and on Instagram you can find me as Can't Lick Me Not one word. We will leave you guys with one simple line from the late, great Jerry Springer, and that is this. Take care of yourself and each other. Have a good week, guys.